Hi, my name is Sean Velasco from Yacht Club Games, creator of Shovel Knight, and welcome to the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into a very special episode 84 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Courtney Osborne, and today I'm joined by the one and only Nintendo Ninja. That's your chance again, Miles, or you're going to miss it!
Hip Hop Hands, Luke Contaldi.
Oh, you totally screwed it.
That's the most hip hop I've ever been.
When you can do Hip Hop Hands correctly, I will do that correctly.
that was like Punch Out or something. And then the Destiny demigod, Miles.
I got 10 keys.
Oh, that is definitely a Destiny thing that he just said earlier, so he's quoting himself. Yeah, I win.
I'm happy.
Suck it, Lou, bitch.
I got 2. I'm a fifth as good as Miles.
No, that's called being a normal person, not playing for like 10 hours in one day.
Having a life.
What do you think 2 keys gets you? That is 10 hours in one day. Jesus.
No, it is? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Not very lucky.
I chest got a key and a legendary. I'm sorry.
Okay, so before we get rolling, whatever. We have been running a giveaway for the past 2 weeks for none other than The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It was supposed to run until midnight tonight, and we were going to reveal the winner tomorrow on the podcast. However, we are recording this podcast a day ahead of time because The Witcher comes out tonight, and so I'm going to be too busy playing that and not have time to host the podcast. So we're cutting off the giveaway about 11 hours short, which is, yeah, you could get in a few more entries in that time, but we still have over almost 2,000 entries into the giveaway, something like that. So I think it's fair. I think we have enough people who have entered it now. We do have a winner, and we want to reveal the winner now so that we can hopefully get in contact with them before it comes out tonight so that we can gift them their copy ahead of time so that they can actually start playing tonight if they choose to. And that winner is Steven, who is the Steve Among Men on YouTube. He subscribed to our YouTube channel, MONG Network. That is how he won. He did a few different entries, and that was the one that was chosen. Again, these are chosen at random by Rafflecopter, so we have no say in it other than we can disqualify people if they don't do what they said they did. And we didn't have to disqualify anybody this time because he was our first winner chosen. So,
yay!
Congratulations, Steven. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you for entering, and thank everyone else for also entering into this giveaway. We normally try to hold a giveaway every month or two. So we will hold another one here in the futures.
An E3 giveaway, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's around the week when Batman comes out too.
Ooh.
So,
maybe.
Yeah, and if you didn't win, don't feel bad. Of course, this is, I think, our most popular giveaway ever.
Yep. And we had a few questions about our giveaways. One that kept coming up was, I've entered into your giveaways before, so I've already liked your Facebook and followed your Twitter. Does that mean I can't enter into this giveaway? No, that is not what it means at all. You can absolutely enter in all of our giveaways. If you already like us on Facebook, if you already follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube and stuff, that means you already have free entries. All you have to do is click that you actually did them. And then once that's there, all we have to do is confirm that they're there. So, like, as long as you've liked everything and followed everything of ours, every single giveaway you will be entered in as long as you go and you say that you entered into it. So you're absolutely welcome to enter in all of them. Even if you've won one in the past, go right ahead. Feel free to enter it because we're not picky. You know, we want winners who are actually fans. And so if you keep coming back, if you keep entering, we'll start to recognize you. And if you pop up, we'll be like, dude, we totally know that person. Like, hell yeah. So there's that. We will email Steven after the podcast if you're not listening live, which I don't assume you are because you haven't said anything in the chat. So we'll email you after the podcast. You'll probably already know by the time you listen to this if you're listening to this. and hopefully we'll have a copy tonight.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so we are skipping the trivia question that we normally put up at the top of the podcast video because
We're rushed.
Yeah, I was strapped for time this morning trying to get everything set up, and I've got to prepare for the apocalypse tonight after the podcast, which means I have to. I'm preparing to not leave my apartment for the next week because of playing The Witcher, so I'm going to be getting a bunch of groceries and soda, energy drinks, and all that good stuff so that I can continue playing for as long as possible. But what is on everybody's playlist right now?
Who do we start
of
with?
course.
The obvious.
Yeah, I'll just go. I mean, of course, it's Destiny. DLC comes out tomorrow, farming keys, etc. I haven't eaten in 24 hours. I'm hungry. I'm lying about that, by the way. I have eaten. But, yeah, Destiny.
Please send food to this address.
Actually, that would be really nice. Somebody wants to send some nice casserole.
Some Funyuns. Lou.
All right. I'm reviewing Queen's Wrath when it comes out tomorrow. So everyone knows I've been playing a lot of that. However, I don't want to be boring. I don't want to just have one game that Miles already said. I've been playing a lot of Guacamelee.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I don't like it as much as Ori and the Blind Forest, which I consider a perfect platformer, but it's a really good game. I recommend everyone go play it if they haven't already, because it is free on PlayStation Plus this month.
I bought it before it went free on PlayStation Plus.
So did I. Makes me a little bitter, but at least I know I own that one, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. How does that feel, guys? Like, I've never bought anything before it comes on the PlayStation Plus, because I don't buy many games. But how does it feel when you buy something and it's like, a month later?
I'm different than most people on that. It doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
Right, because I know that eventually I might end up letting my PlayStation Plus lapse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that I have it still. Like, I won't have to worry about resubscribing.
Mine's about to actually end my PlayStation Plus subscription. I'm like, oh man, I need to re-up that soon. But yeah, I don't know. I like supporting developers and I like getting free games, but if I buy a game, it's typically because it was already on sale for super cheap, or it's because it's from a developer or in a game series that I really like already. And I got Guacamelee for a sale, one of the flash sales where it was like $3 or $4 or something. And so it's like, really, is that much money, going to hurt me or anything like that? Now, if it was something like I bought BioShock Infinite day one and a week later it was PlayStation Plus, I would be pissed. Like that $60, that would be a big difference. But most of these games that I get are under $10 when I buy them, so it doesn't bother me. Octosnake is in the chat. He has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Our fearless moderator.
He also helped me with, I think, one of the daily missions in Destiny. He popped on.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He was like, you don't know who I am, do I? I'm like, no, I know you. I keep in mind, the people who moderate are very few moderators.
We appreciate you.
Very much so. Especially when you help me beat stuff.
The Nightfall, he says.
Oh, it was the Nightfall, right, because Miles was busy. And I normally bug Miles about anything I can't do.
I don't even remember you asking me about that.
No, I just looked online and you were doing a raid or something, and I was like, okay, well, I can't ask him.
Oh, it's probably farming keys.
Right, you might have been doing that.
I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
Nice.
My goal was to beat it before The Witcher came out, and I was making really good progress on it. And I'm 30 hours into the game, probably about 2/3 of the way through the game, I believe. Based off the walkthrough, I was looking at like the big checkpoints in the game. But I played it all night Saturday night, and then I had graduation on Sunday morning. And Sunday afternoon when I got home, I was just completely exhausted. And my plan was to play it all day Sunday afternoon and most of Sunday night, and then all day today when I could. And when I realized how exhausted I was yesterday, I was just like, you know what? I am not going to force this on myself. Like, I don't want to be miserable while I play this. Like, I want to actually be energized and excited to play this. And so I just took the day off yesterday from playing it and never went back to it and haven't gone to it today. And so I'm like, now I'm not going to beat it before The Witcher, so hopefully...
You're probably just not going to beat it.
Yeah.
It's going to fade away.
I'm hoping that I will, like, play it a little bit here and there during the nights while I'm playing, after I'm done playing The Witcher all day or something. And then... if not, then hopefully after I beat The Witcher, maybe I can go back and just, focus on playing it or something. But we'll see how that goes, because starting in 5 hours and 13 minutes from now, I will be playing The Witcher nonstop. So...
hopefully you have a timer for this.
all you gotta do is look at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock and then subtract however much time is there. It's not a timer. I'm just quick with math. I know my time. And there is actually a timer on PlayStation 4.
You lied to me?
You've seen... No, you have to turn on your PlayStation 4 to see that.
No, I've seen it.
Okay, I was like, I haven't looked at it. I did see somebody... I saw somebody post on the Kind of Funny Facebook page that the timer hit 000 or whatever, or was about to hit 000, and they're like, yeah, getting ready to play. And everyone was commenting like, oh my god, And then he posted another picture like 5 minutes later, and it had reset and gone back to like 9 hours and something. And he's like, god damn it, how did this happen? Never mind. I was just like laughing hysterically. Like, damn, that would suck. I would be so pissed if that happened to me.
Right.
Good times. Okay.
Somebody.
So, without further ado, let's move into the news from nowhere.
The news from nowhere. I don't even think I'm doing the announcer's voice anymore. I'm just doing a old man screaming.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Works now.
Yeah.
Number one in the news. It's a very short one. Bethesda has confirmed that Doom will be at E3 this year. They released a short teaser trailer this morning that showed 2 seconds of actual game footage.
Showed an enemy.
Yeah, it showed an enemy, which
it showed a gun being loaded as well.
Yes, and the enemy is actually a classic enemy, an enemy from the old Doom games. It's just remade in brand new, pretty HD 3D graphics.
Am I the only one who hasn't played Doom?
No.
I played a little bit of Doom growing up. I wasn't really into it, but it's because I was a kid playing it. Right. 90s, so it wasn't that appealing to me. And then I tried to play Doom 3, I believe, later. Like a remake of it. Wasn't there a remake of it?
PlayStation 3, I think.
And I tried to play that, and that was when I again, wasn't really into trying new kinds of games. And it just didn't appeal to me then either. But now I'm actually interested, and I would love to try it out.
I remember trying to play the original Doom, and I could not. It was after I had started playing FPSs, so I couldn't get my head around not actually having to aim at something. Because in the original Doom, it shoots in a cross pattern. So anything above your sight and everything on the side, anything above it and below it get hit. So I was like, I can't wrap my head around not actually lifting my gun. That's weird. I don't want to play this. Yeah, the enemy. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, have you guys seen the movie, the Doom movie with The Rock?
No, I'm really afraid to.
Actually.
I liked it. I really did.
It was okay.
Yeah, it had so many cool like video game homages or whatever. The first person camera and everything. I was just like, that is so cool. But then again, I watched it 10 years ago now, and so it may be bad.
Well, I mean, it's not in terms of a movie. It's not, the story's not going to blow anyone away. It's a pretty straightforward story, but in terms of action and it just being an okay movie, especially if you don't pay to see it, it's not
exactly.
bad. It's an okay movie that's actually it's not a waste of time. It's a fun watch. And I kind of thought it was going to be first person throughout the whole movie, so I was a little bit disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Courtney, did you just get the email?
No, I didn't. Did we just get a Witcher email?
Oh, you've been approved to claim key for Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
What?
Nice.
Well,
maybe we just need
podcast is over, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. So, carry on with the news, guys.
Oh, well, I don't even know how to do news anymore after
Okay.
that. Anyway.
So the next piece of news is that the Destiny patch 1.2.0, all these numbers and points, was released earlier this week to preload for the House of Wolves, which is getting everything ready for the awesomeness that's going to be tomorrow. The grand scheme of things, they fixed some weapon perks that were a little messed up, like the white nail perk. I'm not going to go into complete issues of all that, but it didn't proc. And if you don't know what proc means, I'm sorry. I can't properly explain that term either. But
Properly.
PvP anyway.
Nothing. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay, for PvP, nowadays, anytime you play your first match of the day, you get a little care package, essentially, that gives you a coin for the upcoming Trials of Osiris, as well as 2 motes of light, which is very useful because all weapons can be re-rolled nowadays. They beautified the game by adding a little bit of flair to all the vendors and their panels and their redemption screens, so that's pretty awesome. If no one has looked yet, the Bungie website and the companion app for phones, both of those look absolutely amazing now. They're very sleek, new age, and a lot more usable than the old chugging, crappy ones, pretty much. I'll just say it. It was kind of crappy.
Crappy.
Yeah. They addressed some crashing issues on Xbox One, because we all know that's a inferior system. And they also put in the Queen's Wrath event again in a whole new way, so it's not like it was. I'll just say it like that. You hunt down bounties, then at the end of, once you kill the boss of a bounty, or all the waves, you have a chance to get a ether chest, I believe. Ether chest, whatever. Ether.
Right.
And that can hold legendary engrams, which hold gear from the new DLC, even though you can get them right now. They hold blue engrams, which again is going to be new stuff. Treasure keys, which allow you to go into the Prison of Elders, beat it multiple times to get gear. So that's really good because it kind of ignores the weekly reset for however many keys you have. And you also get a bunch of planetary resources, like your inventory is going to be full if you're farming this, and weapon sense, which is ammo. So it's been a very fun update, if you ask me.
So, let's talk a little bit of Destiny here. Destiny Shop. Do you like Patrol Mission now? Were you ever playing it beforehand, and has this gotten you back into doing Patrol?
I never played it beforehand because it was kind of a waste of time for me, because I tried to get the most out of the time I spent, not because I used to play it 8 hours a day, and I wanted to not do that anymore. So I would not do the patrol missions just because they took more time than I was willing to add on to things. But now I've always enjoyed them. I thought it was fun when it's just hey, go kill all the enemies you can find, or go kill enemies and collect resources. I thought that was fun and it gave you good rep and experience. But yeah, now it's a lot more fun because now you see that a pack of wolves is prowling and it's just oh, I'm about to get me some legendaries or a treasure key. So
right,
good times.
Yeah, I like the idea that if they keep going on, it is their 10-year plan or something or other, but I like the idea if they keep going that they upscale the environment and just make it more interesting and more difficult. I think they've been doing a good job with that, or at least lately, within the past week.
Definitely.
But yeah.
I don't know. It's just sorry, for PvP, all the money you get in the rep has been increased as well. Forgot about that. That's a pretty important thing because people were complaining about that, like everything else, but still. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I really enjoy Destiny as it is, so I can't wait to see what they continue to do because, I mean, Bungie, as I've said before, they listen to their fans, so it seems like they're taking what we're saying into account and actually improving things and not really doing anything that beyond weapon buffs or debuffs every now and then. It seems like they're not really doing anything that's messing up the game. So if it's already this good, then I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
All right.
Cool. Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. This is probably my favorite news of the week. Casey Hudson, the former BioWare developer and creative director of the Mass Effect trilogy, has been appointed the creative director at Microsoft Studios. Microsoft announced the appointment today and revealed his primary focus will be the creative direction of the HoloLens experiences. Hudson said, "I am particularly excited about working on HoloLens. I was fortunate to try an early prototype of HoloLens before it was announced, and I was blown away by the technology and what it was already capable of. walking on Mars while sipping coffee in an office setting, Skyping with a friend who can draw on the walls of my environment, sculpting an object in 3D modeling software while the hologram of it sits on the table next to me. These first experiences cemented my belief that holographic computing was where I needed to be. There's no end to the potential of this technology, and I look forward to being able to influence the full spectrum experience of HoloLens, the hardware to OS, from hardware to OS to applications in games. Like, holy shit! Like, whenever he left BioWare, nobody had any idea where he was going to go. Everybody, speculated: is he going to land at Microsoft? Is he going to land at Sony? Is he going to land at his own new, development studio? What is he going to do? Like, this is a huge get for Microsoft.
Yeah. This honestly reminds me a lot of like Minority Report, the screen they had where you like use it with your hands, and the character from Heavy Rain who have the shades that did this.
Yeah.
And the moment I saw that in Heavy Rain, I was like, oh my god, I want to do that one day. I don't even wear glasses. I like poke out one of my eyes so I can justify getting these. But this does sound really cool, and I mean, this is honestly, HoloLens doesn't use like a headset, right? Or does it?
No, I don't. I think it's glasses.
I forget.
Glasses? Okay. Well, that's honestly way more exciting to me than any other VR, because I don't like having something bulky on my face. If it's something I can like put on my shades or get it built into my shades or something, that sounds so cool. I will be that douche who wears the shades inside, because I'll be like, yeah, while you all are being like bored on your phones, I'm watching a movie in like IMAX and leaning back in my seat and just, yeah, this is the best.
Okay, so it is something that sits on your head, but it's kind of like glasses. I just posted it in the Twitch chat.
Oh, you just beat me to it. Damn it.
Yeah, it's like glasses, but it just goes all the way around your head. So kind of like Oculus, kind of like Morpheus, but smaller on the front part of your face.
Morpheus Light.
Morpheus
Oh my
Light.
God.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
See, I have a few things I want to mention. First off, I don't think HoloLens is exactly where they want it to be yet. I think that the whole statement kind of shows that, because the things that he talked about were the stuff that were in the teaser trailer for it. So I'm not exactly sure if all of that stuff is running or if that's just what they know the public knows. So they're bringing it up. So I hope it's going along well, but it scares me that they only talk about the same three things. On the other hand, I like that they got the person who was the creative director for Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because that's like they probably want to give it a sci-fi kind of interface. So yeah.
Kinect doesn't work enough for HoloLens. It's going to suck, from Dark Lurker in the chat.
We can have hope.
Bad Boy 23 says, hello, I just joined the stream. What's going on? I'm not allowed, Bad Boy. Just talking about HoloLens and Mass Effect virtual reality.
Whoa.
Can you imagine that? Talking to Liara and all them, first person.
That'd be great.
Oh my god.
First choice.
We would just sit like on a panel, basically. Anyway.
You want me to say Jack? I could have said Jack. You want that tattooed girl?
There's nothing wrong with Jack. She has her own life and alternative means.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like Geordie LaForge glasses. Actually, that's funny.
All right. So we have a bunch of VR news. This isn't just the only one. Story number 4 says Sony appears to have strengthened its worldwide studios team with the opening of a new studio based in English Northwest. The studio, revealed by several career opportunities published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, will work exclusively on original games for Project Morpheus. It's labeled Northwest Studios, but it might not be the final name. The career opportunities published for the studio are the following: leading gameplay programmer, experienced gameplay programmer, experienced graphics engine programmer, lead designer, experienced game designer systems, lead artist, experienced character animator for games, and experienced level designer. It's a lot of things.
Yeah. New first party.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is.
I'm gonna say this: they should not name it Northwest, because that is the name of Kanye West's kid, and we don't want him thinking he inspired anything ever again.
Oh God, is that really his kid's name?
It is.
Yeah, that's his kid's name.
Oh man, society! Like, what is wrong with society? What's wrong with Kanye West specifically?
But yeah, I don't know. I like. I don't know. I like the idea of a first-party studio. I'm all negative today. I like the idea of a first-party studio, but I'm not exactly sure I like the idea of a first-party studio dedicated specifically to Morpheus, unless their job was to just make other people's games work on Morpheus. You know, I think that when you lead to like Morpheus-based designing for games, it's gonna end up pretty gimmicky.
Yeah. I mean, that's but one reason you have a development studio do this is so that you could try to continue to push the technology, keep coming up with new ways to use it, and then since it will be a first-party studio, they can share everything they have found with all other Sony first-party studios. So Naughty Dog will know, Media Molecule will know, all of them will figure out everything that this studio has figured out, and they'll be able to implement them in ways in other games. And this is what this is to me. Why I don't really disagree, I agree and disagree with what you said. And one of the positives, though, is that this goes against what Microsoft did with Kinect and how they've basically just dropped Kinect completely. They didn't give it development really. Like, they didn't make studios continue to work on it. Like, Sony's not like, okay, Naughty Dog, you have to make us a game for Morpheus. They're like, okay, we have this studio that is going to continue working on Morpheus. So, like, one studio that can do it for them continually. And I don't know, I think that that's the best way to do it. Who cleared the chat?
That was my bad. I am sorry. I thought that was just for me. I opened a new window and it had a bunch of missed disconnects in it, so my bad on that.
All right,
Miles
Eddie.
cleared it. Sorry, guys.
So, yeah, I guess, nothing is saying that it's going to be gimmicky games.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line between what's gimmicky and what's a fully featured title based off of interesting setups. But yeah, I guess it's both good and bad. I want to make sure that what we get from Project Morpheus isn't going to be like a piece of trash Sony Move games.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, virtual reality is different from Sony Move and from Kinect and things like that. Like, there's different possibilities with that. They're two different things we haven't seen yet. And I'm excited about the potential in it, but at the same time, I don't want to be forced into gimmicks like you've been saying. I dislike gimmicks so much. I never liked using the Wiimote for sports games. I never liked using Sony's PlayStation Move. I never liked using Kinect, like any of that stuff. But virtual reality may sell me on it. HoloLens and Morpheus and things like that. Those kind of things could be cool as long as they're not making me fucking like what was my argument against something that it was moving around whenever I was playing? Oh, Splatoon. Splatoon's first-person controls, like their motion controls. Right. Whenever you're aiming, you have to use the Wiimote or the gamepad to aim, to do precise aiming, and that fucking wore out my arms and wrists. Like, I don't want to fucking move my shit around like that. Like, it doesn't really, you don't have to go, that's exaggerated, obviously. But it's still, just a little bit of movement rather than just sitting there holding a controller. It's just that pissed me off.
I guess, hopefully with this, like, with a studio devoted to Morpheus, hopefully it'll be something like, and now, of course, this isn't out, so we don't know if it's actually good yet. But a Sever. Hopefully, it'll be something like Sever for PS Vita, like where they use the technology they have and make something that's actually enjoyable and good, and not like Barbie's movement motion controller bonanza for Wii. I mean,
right.
Yeah, that motion is frequently done. But hopefully it's not shovelware essentially, and I'm thinking maybe like with this separate development studio, maybe it'll be something like they're like, we understand that you don't want want motion control, you don't want VR play in like Uncharted 5 because that's probably what we'll be up to by now, and hopefully they have that like solid separation. It's like, yeah, this series is not going to have any VR in it because it's not being worked on by this studio, so you don't have to worry about like your God of War first person poking people's eyes out, or VR poking people's eyes out,
Chopping
or
people's heads
anything.
off.
Exactly. Like, it's like they understand. It's like these are two separate things, and we understand they are for two separate audiences in most situations. So this is the separation.
Yeah.
Right.
And I assume that since they are first party also, like Lou kind of alluded to earlier, that they will probably be able to help with getting games working into VR too. So like say Uncharted, if there was going to be like Uncharted 5 or 6 and Naughty Dog's like, hey, we really want to add this virtual reality mode that you could do, would you guys be able to help us? And they would probably be able to lend them a hand and go over there and help them develop it and teach them how to do everything and stuff like that. So they may be able to help with porting certain things like that as well as make their own games.
Right. All right. So moving on, we actually have more news on Morpheus.
Yeah.
Oh.
According to a new report from Japanese newspaper Asahi, Sony plans to release Morpheus before June 2016. They're going to be dropping it at E3.
Really?
No, that's June, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm probably going to buy it. I really love the idea of it. As much as I'm negative about the idea of VR being gimmicky, I think that it has a lot of great potential. So it's a day one purchase for me, unfortunately. Unfortunate to my wallet.
I don't know. Like, I still, as I've said many times before, I still need to be shown something more that makes me want to actually pick up VR. Like, yeah, HoloLens sounds cool. I know I sounded really excited, but in the grand scheme of things, especially if that thing costs like $1K or something, I doubt it will, but I need a good price, and I need like something like Severed to make me want to pick it up.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's exciting they'll be releasing so soon, though. That means they're making good progress, I guess.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Another peripheral news, even though it's a lot less exciting, depending on who you are, than Morpheus. The Magma Red PlayStation 4 controller is finally coming to America. I'm so happy, because when I tried to buy it the first time, it was $100 on eBay, and I wasn't going to pay that much, even though
Jesus.
Yeah. Anything from Japan, they're like, oh, they can't get it in America. Let's just like rack the price up ridiculously. So yeah, it's going to be coming to America sometime this summer. It'll be $64.99. It's if you've seen the blue controller, it's like that but red, and it looks really, really sexy and nice. And I can't wait to get my hands on it, because now I have a red and a blue controller, and I'll be like, Pokemon Red and Blue. These colors are meant to go together. I'm going to.
I thought you were going to do.
Controllers.
I thought you were going to do a red versus blue reference.
Yeah, red versus blue as well. What are we doing here?
Except that's on a inferior platform for
You're
Miles.
I do like that series though. So yeah, inferior platform aside.
All right.
Yeah. More. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that I really, 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 really just want them to do this with the Arkham Knight controller.
That one's like a kind of gunmetal gray, right?
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is.
It does look nice. And what color is the Metal Gear Solid one?
Black? No, I don't know.
I feel like it's
orange.
Like
I don't know.
Is it like a darker red? Metal Gear Solid.
Probably like a rust red.
Controller.
I got a red and orange GameCube controller. Does that count?
It's like
nice.
Dark silver.
Okay. All right, yeah. So it has the wolf, the foxhounds. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, and the arrows on the D-pad are red, maroonish.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I'll stick with my Magma Red though, because it's the hottest controller.
Since this one.
No one.
So I was looking at my controller, and I was like, I don't remember those arrows on the D-pad, and they're there, but they're just the same color as the controller. So like I guess that may be the first controller with different colored arrows on it, because this is just blue. Does the other ones?
For the white controller, they're black.
Okay.
That's the only reason I would have ever noticed them, because I'm looking down. I'm like, oh, hey, there's things there. But anyway, moving on into news about a lesser console, because it is a lesser console.
Diamond Dogs, by the way, not Foxhounds.
Diamond Dogs. Okay. I'm sorry, Octosnake. I don't have much experience with the.
He is our specialist.
Yeah.
Go on.
Neverwinter Nights on Xbox One has hit 1.6 million players, and it will receive 5 free expansions.
What?
In 2015. In 2015, so like in the half of the year that's left.
Wow.
Excuse me. The expansions will feature notable D&D storylines such as Tyranny of Dragons and Elemental Evil. If you don't know what D&D is, it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the real geeky stuff.
Whoa.
I didn't say it was bad. I do that stuff. I'm just explaining. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It sounds very ambitious, considering they have half a year to put out 5 expansions. It's like 1 a month. Also, I kind of wonder what their definition of expansion is.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Like, expansion's supposed to be like big, sprawling, massive.
A lot of content, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of content, and like putting out 5 in 6 months is like 7 months. It's the 5th month, right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
month, so 7 months left.
5 and 7 months? That actually seems kind of irresponsible, because that means people wouldn't be able to like properly appreciate what you're putting out, because they wouldn't be able to fully experience it. So, hopefully this won't turn out bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, has anyone played it?
No,
I know it's free.
I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
I still haven't turned on my Xbox One since Ori.
I have to play that zombie game, State of Decay.
that zombie game.
Well, I didn't even like it, so, which is really unfortunate. I need to give it more time. I'd go back to it when I don't have other things looming.
Certainly no Dying Light.
No, it's not.
Well,
moving on.
Moving on. Another Splatoon test fire is on the way.
What?
Last week, Nintendo launched their first Splatoon global test fire, giving players access to the multiplayer beta for a day. Nintendo America revealed a new status update that the massive beta would be making a return. The time and date will be set for May 23rd at 3 to 4 p.m. PT.
Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. Daylight? Standard?
I don't know. Pacific Time, guys.
Yeah.
So on the 23rd, which is on a Saturday, it's this Saturday, there will be one in the afternoon. So that's
that may
awesome.
happen.
Splatoon from Aaron. Did you guys play it? Lou, did you?
No, it was during finals.
You didn't? Yeah. I jumped into it on the first time. I didn't do it second or third time. I absolutely hated the motion controls, as I've already explained, but the game itself was super fun. Oh man, it was fun. It was really, really addicting, and it would just be so much more fun with friends, like than playing with randoms, in my opinion. Huh?
And voice chat.
Yeah, exactly, with voice chat or something. I mean, obviously we could Skype, but it just that's another way. But I really enjoyed my time with it, so I'll probably end up picking it up eventually.
Right.
I can't say anything about this because I don't have a Wii.
All right, let's move into the last story since there's nothing else to say about Splatoon. Story number 9, the NPD Report is out. Both Microsoft and Sony sent in their press releases for their monthly performance. Microsoft announced that the Xbox One led hardware sales in April with a 65% increase year-on-year, while the number of active Xbox Live users grew by 24%. Sony revealed that PS4 and PS3 combined sales led in April, while the PS4 remains ahead of the Xbox One in sales since launch, overall lifetime sales. The top 10 games of the month of April were Mortal Kombat X, followed by Grand Theft Auto 5, followed by Battlefield Hardline, followed by MLB 15 The Show, and then Minecraft, NBA 2K15, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, my god, that's still selling, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, Super Smash Bros., and Borderlands The Handsome Collection. What's really interesting is that Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto 5 both sold best on PS4, while Battlefield Hardline sold best on Xbox One, NBA sold best on Xbox One, Call of Duty sold best on Xbox One, Dark Souls sold best on PlayStation 4, and Super Smash Bros. Sold better on 3DS than Wii U.
Not surprising.
So.
Also, I think something interesting, but PC is behind both current gen consoles right now. My guess is NPD only calculates physical sales, right?
I think so, because I don't think they take into consideration the bundle sales. I don't think they do that. So like any Bloodborne bundles, they don't count those copies. So however many people bought those, I believe it's just physical retail copies of that game, without bundles, without downloadable games, or without any of that stuff, or online purchases. So, yeah.
Right. My guess is Grand Theft Auto would most likely top the list.
Yeah, on PC.
Yeah, if we're allowing PC.
I agree. With downloads, not just retail.
Right.
I'm honestly surprised that Battlefield Hardline is still on there, because we know that's a bad game.
It's not that bad.
Courtney likes it. Just the multiplayer's bad.
I haven't played the multiplayer. I didn't care about it.
I'm happy to see Mortal Kombat X is up there. Favorite series, taking the crown. Yay!
What's most interesting about all this to me is not the fact that Xbox One won the month. It's why. The question of why it won the month. Because there wasn't a big Xbox exclusive game. There wasn't like anything that led you to believe that they would win April, when PlayStation has won so many times lately. It's just like, is this an anomaly? Like, was it just really close? Or like, what about April was the reason that it won? And I can't figure it out. Like, I don't see anything that stands out. And so I'm wondering if it just happened to be just random month where it swings back the other way for a month or something. Or is this a sign of things to change, or what?
I think it was a mercy month.
A mercy month?
Yeah, you know how like in sport ball games, when like the score gets way too skewed to one team's favor, they like just have a mercy ending and they just stop the game.
Mercy rule, yeah.
Yeah, this was a mercy month for PlayStation. Was just like secretly they just put out some subliminal messaging, just like, guys, stop buying your system for like a month, let them catch up a little bit, and then just destroy them next month.
Right.
I don't even know how to keep a straight face anymore. Whenever you're just bashing Xbox for everything.
Oh god, it's bad because I still kind of want to get an Xbox too. I'm just like, I watch Rooster Teeth and they comment on how much, like, I've seen their systems crash so often, and like my PS4 has crashed once, and it's just like I can't validate buying that yet.
My PS4 crashed yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Bitch.
How did that happen?
You know what? I was multitasking like 8 things, so I think it's my fault. Like, I had Destiny open, I had Netflix open, and I was like looking for a group, so I was like messaging 4 or 5 different people while having party on. So I'm not surprised it crashed. It just crashed. Just throwing that out there. I'm trying to throw a little sympathy to the Xbox viewers.
All right.
All one of them.
Let's move into the listener question section. Unfortunately, since we did this a day ahead of time, we didn't get the normal question in from Toonday. So we will solicit questions from the Twitch chat and answer them for a little bit before we wrap things up. We had a question just now from BadBoy23. Cool. What do you think of Grand Theft Auto 5 mods?
Love them. Absolutely love them. Did you guys see the one where you can shoot cars?
Yeah, that one was awesome looking. I know they had what was it? You get banned if you go online with mods. Is that how it works? Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like they should have like an option where like you can choose to go online with mods, like to separate the people who don't want to deal with them and the people who are okay with them. Because like I feel like mods are like infinitely more fun. If I would have so much more fun shooting my friend with a car than I would shooting random pedestrians with a car.
Yeah.
So I think that should be an option that they allow, but I mean, I don't even play Grand Theft Auto, so I guess I don't really have an opinion in the matter. Excuse me.
Next question from Octosnake. He asks, "Are you mad at Burger King, Courtney? Because I am."
Wait, for what?
Yes, I am angry at them. Okay, so in this Facebook group we're in, I posted Burger King's advertisement for the new Red Velvet Oreo shake, And so instantly everybody was like, oh my god, I want one, oh my god, how does it taste? And I was like, I'm going to find out. And this morning I posted that I was going to get it. And I get there, I'm like posting live picture updates, on the thread. And as soon as they hand it to me, I take a picture of it, and it looks nothing like the advertisement. Like in the advertisement, there's whipped cream and like chocolate sprinkles on top and stuff like that. None of that was there. There was just this red and chocolatey like mixed crap in a cup. But it ended up tasting good. It just didn't look like it. Like didn't look like it at all. But so yeah.
I feel like more companies should have issue with that, like getting sued for false advertisement. Because like I eat at McDonald's. I admit that. I'm not proud of it, but I do. And like those sandwiches that they advertise, it's like the big steak burger.
Yep.
It looks more beautiful than you've ever seen before. You won't even want to eat it. And then you get it, and it's like you can tell someone just lazily slapped everything on there and put a bun on it, and it probably like slid open while it was in the bag. And it's just like. You can't falsely advertise this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big issue to why people don't get sued for that is because we go in there understanding that's not what we're getting.
Yeah, exactly. We go in there paying for convenience, not for what it looks like. So, but yeah, I was pretty upset that it didn't have whipped cream. I wanted whipped cream on top of it. Right. But I can report that the Red Velvet Oreo shake from Burger King is very delicious. It tastes a lot like the Red Velvet Oreos, which were amazing. Ah, so good. Okay, next question. From Surging Storm 91 asked, would you guys buy another Pokemon remake? If so, what remake would you want?
Snap.
There you
Pokemon
go.
Snap. Yeah, that's actually not the worst pick.
I actually said something on Twitter the other day, which probably wouldn't be a great answer for this, but I'm going to go with it. Pokemon Stadium. Like, as much as I want like the classic Pokemon games to keep being remade, I really want a full-on Wii U Pokemon Stadium. Like, just go all out and make it just fucking amazing. Because those were my favorite games on 64 growing up. Like, I loved those games so much.
Now, imagine this. I'm going to stretch the term remake just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Imagine if they took... Now, I know a lot of people are fans of this generation. Gen 1, so that's red and blue. Imagine if they took those, remade them not only in 3D, but on consoles.
Wii U.
On Wii U, or, gave up on the Nintendo franchise because they know it's failing, and picked a good console like PlayStation 4. And then they took the Stadium experience and put it, like, in the game. So there's, like, a place where you can go to essentially play Stadium.
That'd be awesome.
I would definitely buy that.
Yeah.
I'm not even one of the big fans of Gen 1, but I would buy that.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Octosnake said Pokemon Gold, but wasn't Gold and Silver already remade? True Silver, Heart Gold, and True Silver. Yeah, and I love Silver. Or was it Soul Silver? Soul Silver.
Soul Silver.
Sorry.
Soul Silver.
True Silver. Why did I say that? Anyways,
Wait, was Black and White the one with the actual decent plot line as far as Pokemon goes?
I thought
Black and White is the one that started, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I thought X and Y was one that people talk about that like the plot.
Oh, maybe that was it. The one where they didn't like Pokemon being slaves.
No, that was Black and White.
Yeah, that was
Black and White is when good plot lines started.
Okay.
And then X and Y was just like a better one because the team wasn't retarded.
Yeah. I would like to see a remake of that for actual current gen consoles. But we always say this: we just want a current gen Pokemon, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Game Freak, someone, Jesus,
make it for Wii U. That'll sell so many copies.
Yeah.
So many copies.
Well, make it for the NX because the Wii U, I feel like, is just like on a boat and it's just floating down the river. And no one's trying to stop it at this point.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's my argument against that: is the Wii U, we all know, is the worst of the current gen consoles in terms of technology. So if Game Freak was going to make a Pokemon game, like they've been making them for the worst handheld console for years. They're going to make it for the worst console and go with the Wii U because they don't have to make it amazing. If they could just make it up to Wii U standards. In their case, will be less than Wii U standards because that's typically what Pokemon has done. Sorry, that was a horrible, horrible rant, and I don't even believe half of that. But
I disagree so much. I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
I know it was good.
You're just pulling the miles.
Who's your favorite Pokemon from Surging Storm?
Garchomp.
Oh wait, if I have my phone, I could show you.
Squirtle. Mine is Squirtle, like hands down. Has been my favorite for 20 years. So.
That's interesting. Why Squirtle? If you don't mind my asking.
Because first of all, he was my first ever starter I ever chose. Second of all, I love the. You can't see that screen. It's just blank.
Not at all.
No, it's just white.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's the name?
It's Growlithe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh hey,
Growlithe.
you and Surging Storm have something in common.
Oh, I didn't even look. Yeah, Growlithe by far.
Yeah, my the other reason for mine was that the Squirtle Squad and the Pokemon anime, like with the shades, the sunglasses he wore and stuff, like, oh my god. Like
It's an OG reference.
Love the Squirtle Squad.
Yeah. That's the same reason I also love Haunter, too.
Oh, yeah. I like Haunter, yep. And I like Growlithe also, because Growlithe's just so goddamn cute. That's what Growlithe is. Growlithe is just a cute-ass Pokemon.
And Arcanine's badass.
Arcanine, yeah, big-ass fucking fire dog. Oh, man. So cool.
Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of good options, though. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
There are.
Like, without even taking stats into account, which is part of why I like Garchomp, because he's just broken.
Yes, I like Mudkip.
Yeah, everyone likes Mudkips. Mudkip is cute. It's like all of them are like, they're either cute, they're like really badass, or they are kind of stupid and crappy, and we just kind of sweep those under the rug and don't waste Pokeballs on those.
Except for
ones.
Bidoof, that is crappy and stupid, but I love Bidoof.
I love Togepi. Togepi was like, whenever Misty took over Togepi in the anime, like I was in love with Togepi from then on, because Misty had the biggest crush on growing up. She was the one from TV that I was like, I have to marry Misty someday. As a little 9-year-old.
I was angry about that, I'll be honest, when I was a kid. I was like, she pushed him. That should have been Ash's Pokemon. Young rage.
Oh man, Pokemon. Good times. Okay, so any more questions? I don't. Does it look like we have any more?
You're just rushing because you want to go play your free copy of
No.
The Witcher.
Actually, I'm not rushing. Does it look like there are any more questions, Lou?
No, there.
Exactly.
Wait.
Oh god. Lou, come up with a random question.
There's a question. Yeah.
Plus, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to use that. So.
Wait, why?
Because reasons.
Just cause.
I'll take it if you can.
All right, so let's move on to the game releases this week. On PlayStation 4, we've got Aces of Luftwaffe. Luftwaffe?
Luftwaffe.
Age, sex, location from Surging Storm. And then Arcade Archives Terra Cresta.
Oh.
Destiny House of Wolves.
Woo.
Farming Simulator 15. Lou's career job. Or career game. Career job.
Our farmers.
Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Life is Strange Episode 3. And then The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. On PlayStation 3, we've got Destiny House of Wolves, Farming Simulator 15, and Life is Strange Episode 3. On PlayStation Vita, we've got Alien Shooter, Hyperdimension Neptunia U, Action Unleashed, and that's it for the PlayStation devices.
Alright, for Xbox One, you guys are getting Destiny House of Wolves. Finally making your console worth buying. Farming Simulator 15, Life is Strange Episode 3, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. On Xbox 360... Still wondering why you still have one. You get a Destiny House of Wolves releasing, as well as Farming Simulator 15. I'm tripping all over my words now. And Life is Strange Episode 3.
Mine's nice and easy. For Wii U, you get Sword and Soldiers 2. For 3DS, Samurai Defender or Puzzles and Dragons Z plus Puzzles and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition.
What? That was a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's really a thing.
They showed that at the last Direct, I want to say.
Well,
It's not
all
that,
right then.
no one's really that interested. But if you like Puzzles and Dragons, go for it.
I guess. I've never seen anyone who has that combination of interest. But for PC, you're looking at H-Hour, World's Elite. I'm assuming that's a soldier, shoot 'em game. Life is Strange Episode 3. Nancy Drew, Sea of Darkness. The Curious Expedition. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Grand Vitreous, for sure. Neon Struct, all caps, but I'm not going to yell that. Brilliant Bob. Sunset. Porcupine. I'm not just saying words, by the way. These are actual titles. Techno Babylon. Drive Any Track. Interloper. Obey. NASCAR 15. He's making a left turn.
So, what is the best one this week? The best title this week?
I wasn't really impressed this week.
I wasn't either.
I like Techno Babylon.
That one's probably my favorite. But there's no like really funny ones that stand out.
Because I'm trying to... What game in your head, when you think Techno Babylon, do you think... I can't even imagine what game that would actually be. Then again, I can't imagine what Porcupine would be either. I just think that's probably a Porcupine. You just download a Porcupine.
Just comes out of your computer screen, just stabs into your chest. You regret every decision.
Why'd I pay $10?
Yeah, I'll go for Techno Babylon. It's the coolest sounding one, I guess.
Fair enough.
All right.
For some reason, I keep thinking of like Battlestar Galactica whenever we
I see
say Techno Babylon. I'm like, that sounds like that. Whatever. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so that wraps up episode 84 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. This time it was on Monday instead of Tuesday because of The Witcher 3. And then going forward, it'll probably be changing the specific time and day that we're going to be recording because Lou is growing up and getting a big boy job for the summer. So as soon as we know his schedule, we will give you our new podcast schedule. If you want to email us with any questions to read off on the podcast or any suggestions or feedback, you can at contact.mong@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at mong.com, all spelled out, MONGDOTCOM. And then youtube.com/user/Mong Network. And then on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram by just searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Then, of course, check out the website, middleofnowheregaming.com. That's where you can find all the latest news, reviews, editorials, features, podcasts, all the good stuff.
Oh, thanks.
All of the things. And then we are all on Twitter. I am at Osborne_2009. Lou is...
Lou Cantaldi. I just got a tweet, actually.
oh no, Lou, a tweet.
It's a Growlithe thing.
And Miles, you are?
Furious Milk.
Thank you guys for joining me once again. It was a good day.
No problem. Yeah.
It was a good
Early
day.
Monday
Quick
afternoon.
day.
Quick day, yeah. Quickest podcast in a while.
No,
Yeah,
quick time event.
Mong!
Well,
Keep it milky, folks.